Well, it's been a week. You guys have sent me your questions for On the Spot. It is now time to answer those questions. Unfortunately, like Spot did last time, it's a little more guerrilla style, a little more amateur, unfortunately. I don't have my printer set up where I can print off the answers here, so we're gonna wing it. Let's just go through my checklist first. Got my camera, it's right here, or my face as some people perceive it to be, is right here. Got some lights on the side, so if you see some light bulbs, I apologize. It's just so I can get some lighting going on where we currently are. I've also got myself an energy drink, or I should say I have myself some delicious fruit juice, as fruit juice is much better for you than that of a sugar-infused energy drink. If this was an energy drink, by the way, this would be Rockstar Punched Guava flavor, which is also one of Spot's favorite new fruit juice, 100% natural mixes. Let's open this up. Let's give this a sip. Guava. All right, so I'm on my new channel here, The Extra Spot. Thank you everyone who, by the way, is so far following this new channel. I know there's not a lot going on just yet, but certainly will progressively get better, I promise. I'm going to click on the On the Spot question segment. You're going to follow along with me, I would hope. Oh, we got an advertisement. Let's just pause that. We don't need to see an advertisement. What job do you do? Oh, what job do you want? I would like to be a pizza maker. I would like to work at a pizzeria. That would be an ideal job. I know the pay probably wouldn't be all that good. If you are a pizza maker out there and you make relatively good money, by all means you can let me know down below. Let's skip the ad. Alright, that's good enough. So, let's move down. You guys have certainly sent me a lot of questions where we're going to go through this together. For starters, let's start with the video questions. The video responses. Got myself 4. Oh, look at this. This guy actually made, wow, Adam Bomb, is that Adam Bomb OI? Did a very professional on-the-spot question. Oh, I'm going to click that one first. And we will go through together.
Hey, Spot. You don't know me. My name's Adam Bomb Oi.
Very professional artwork, I must say.
Based on my username. But you got me into Minimates. You started my obsession. Before you...
I apologize, by the way, Adam. I'm sorry.
I had no idea what Minimates were.
And I had no idea. Probably been more financially sound back then.
There were Minimates were the Deadpool Wolverine 2-pack and Gambit and Psylocke, which these are my personal favorite 5 Minimates. Got 3 Walking Dead characters, 2 Marvel characters, and since you started my obsession, and I feel you're responsible for it because you're a terrible, terrible person.
You know, I really am.
I promise I'm kidding.
No, you can say it. I totally am a horrible person.
Minimates, or just one personal favorite? If so, who is it? Which character are you privy to? Which one do you like the most? I look forward to the answer, and I look forward to knowing what is Spot's thought. You see what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Great video.
You.
Another one of these soon. Thanks. Bye.
What a guy.
Hey.
All right, so to answer the question for Adam Bomb OI, I think he asked what's my favorite Minimates? Well, you haven't seen them yet. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Some of my favorite Minimates have so far been the Bane from the DC Minimates. I think he was, don't quote me on this, he might have been Wave 4. Sounds about right. He definitely came with a Batgirl. I really like the Harley Quinn as well, that came from the DC Minimates series. I also really love, and he hasn't come yet, but I've already shot the review, he has to still be uploaded, but I really love the some of the new best of Minimate sets from Marvel. And I haven't actually uploaded them yet, but I've done the Spider-Man and Green Goblin set. That Spider-Man is fantastic. I love that Spider-Man. The Green Goblin is phenomenal. They're definitely coming. There's a really neat Wolverine that's on its way that, like I said, I've already shot. And there was some other character as well. I would say from a non-DC or Marvel respective sets. Oh, and also, I see, okay. I know I know what I was gonna do, and I'm gonna correct that. I also really like the Knight Rider set because it came with kit. But I also really love going back to the best of. There's an Iron Man. You haven't seen it yet. Well, if you've collected it, you've seen it. You probably have it on your shelf right now. The Iron Man from the best of set, I would think as of right now, is probably my favorite mini-mate. Of course, runner-ups again, the Bane, Batgirl, the Clayface from the mini-mate wave as well. I think he was wave 7 or 8. He is really neat as well. But I think right now my favorite mini-mate, surprisingly, is best of Iron Man. The Mini-Mates Best of Wave Iron Man. And again, reviews of them will come, so if you guys haven't seen them or haven't collected them or what have you, like Atom Bomb here, for example. By the way, Atom Bomb, totally underrated wrestler. Love Atom Bomb. And then, of course, he joined with Crush and became Chronic, and I don't know why they just never took off. They did well in WCW, not so much in WWE. Perhaps it was, I don't know. It was one of their faults. Who knows? But I also really loved Atom Bomb. Just as a side note, Atom Bomb. If there was an Elite Series Atom Bomb figure, I totally would pick it up. All right, so thanks for your question, Atom Bomb. It's a little long-winded, I know. But, by the way, your lighting is spectacular. I also have to stop to comment on your lighting. It's phenomenal. Spot's one weakness, surprisingly, is not kryptonite, nor energy drinks, guava. But it is the lighting. Lighting has always been one of my sad weaknesses. So anybody out there, Atom Bomb, especially if you would like to give me some pointers, give me some pointers. Certainly Spot is always open for suggestions as well. So thank you to your question, Atom Bomb, sir. Moving along to a familiar face on the Spot segments, and that would be the Review Revolution.
Oh, that reminds me. Before I forget, because
that is a really nice Aquaman, by the way.
Earlier. And don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch.
Do I actually have dust? I have dust all over my monitor. What is wrong with me? There we go. There we go.
Hey, OTS.
Hey, hello. I don't know why he calls me OTS, but I'm gonna roll. We'll roll with it.
Let's see. Do I really have to say OTS? I mean,
you really don't. Not by this point of the game. You really don't.
I'm not doing it.
Guava.
OTS. Keep it simple here.
I might even have dust on my lens. Okay. Excuse me. Just wipe that off there. There we go. Spot's got dust everywhere. Right, Rosalita's on vacation right now. I apologize.
In the world of horror movies today, in the world of modern horror movies today, well, I guess part one, what direction is the world of horror movies today going? What is the direction of horror movies in the modern day? And second,
well, just pause it right there. Let's answer the first question, then we'll go to there. The direction that I personally see horror movies going right now, and there's always generally trends. If you ever follow really movies as a whole, you know, when Harry Potter comes out, all the fantasy, you know, as soon as something comes out on book, they're like, oh yes, we can have another Harry Potter. Let's grab the franchise. Let's do something with it. Aragon, you remember that? And Golden Compass, I don't know. Those sequels just fell off the earth, but same thing can be said for horror movies. Horror movies are also a very good example. You have your slasher movies, like your Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Scream introduced or reintroduced something that had been a big thing further back in the 80s with that whole guess the killer kind of thing. So there was that period in time, the Kevin Williamson era that I always like to refer to it as, where Scream set the benchmark, and then you had I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, Soul Survivor, trying to think of other ones that were big. Urban Legend, by the way, I love Urban Legend. That's such a great movie. And then of course he did H2O. Let's not forget H2O as well. So there was that kind of time frame as to let's guess who the killer is. Who is it? Surprises and hilarity ensued. Oh, Valentine. Let's also not forget Valentine. an overlooked, forgotten horror movie. And then you had, all of a sudden, out of the blue, well, I shouldn't say out of the blue, then you had Saw. And Saw really brought in the era of the torture horror movies. Let's torture people. Let's make them suffer. Let's see how much blood we can do. Let's put it all on screen so you guys can enjoy it. I like the Saws. I don't so much like Hostels. I don't like watching a movie where you just simply torture someone. I think that's an awful thing that we're doing, that has now become entertainment. I find now we have progressed, and of course there's Human Centipede, which I won't touch with a 10-foot pole, but I digress. But then you transition, and then Paranormal Activity set the benchmark for now what is perceived as what I think, where we currently stand with horror movies, and that is the spiritual entity, something's wrong in the house, something's scary, something is haunted, some kid is possessed, some demons are in, some exorcists are required. We're all in that kind of era right now. I think that's kind of the era that we are going to be in for probably a bit, because we seem to be more in a much more curious or viewing eyes onto the camera, onto the movies out there. We seem to be more into the spiritual, something bumped in the night kind of era. I also see by the timer here that I am getting close, and I'm going to try to keep these in small bits. So as I'm pointing up to what you see nothing on the screen, but I see on my view screen here, as we are progressively getting later into this, I'm going to actually cut this off here. I'm going to put this up as part 1. We will resume this now in part 2, and then, from there onward. So On the Spot is happening right now, guys. Part 2 certainly is coming out around the corner. Stay tuned for that, guys. See you then.